I'm gonna admit something sad here, and I need you guys to not make fun of me, okay? Please don't go in the comments and be like, ha ha ha, loser, because I will cry. Throughout my entire high school career, I went to 0 parties. I went to 1 or 2 birthday parties during the day, but I attended no actual parties. I was never invited to them. Welcome to a new video about partying and party culture and how I never got it. So, to begin, one of the reasons why I never got it was because I never really experienced it. A lot of my friends would go out and go drinking, but I didn't really get invited to any. I I don't really know why. I think it had something to do with I wasn't really in with the popular kids. I was kind of one of the fringe kids, and I didn't have an in with a lot of them to get an invite or to know where these parties were taking place or anything along those lines. And so my first actual party was my high school prom at the end of my last year, and I didn't enjoy it. Everyone was absolutely hammered or high as hell, and I was sober, so that wasn't really fun. And I think it's different when you're drinking with people, because it makes it a lot more fun and makes them a lot more tolerant. But when you're the sober one, they're just annoying and tiring, really. So anyway, that was my first real experience of a high school party, and I didn't enjoy it. I do regret spending a lot of time in my room playing Overwatch or doing whatever else I was doing, because I don't have many stories to tell. I don't have if I were to go to a party, I wouldn't be able to say like, oh yeah, man, I got this crazy 1v4 on Overwatch. No one cares about that stuff. And so it's one of those things in retrospective. I do wish I went to more, and I feel like a lot of people have that feeling where they feel like they need to be more social or have more stories to tell. But it's so double-sided because I don't enjoy myself when I'm there, so why put myself through that? Just because I think that's what I should do? Just because that's what others tell me to? I don't think that makes sense. So recently I went to a karaoke night, and that was outside of my comfort zone. I did it because it was to challenge myself, And so they had this sign up, and I was I think I was third or fourth to sing. I sang Red Flag by Billy Talent. So there was about 20 or 30 people there. Majority were older than me because it was at a bar. And so I went up there, and if you guys want to search up the song, it's a fairly heavy song. And I picked up the mic and I just went ham. I think I did pretty well. There's no videos, unfortunately, or fortunately, of me singing. So I can't show you guys, but I swear it's true. So anyway, I decided to do that because I thought it would push me off the deep end. I wouldn't have time to overthink talking to people because I just went up there and sang in front of everyone. So they all saw that side of me. And the weird thing I noticed is, number one, majority of people were drunk. So I don't know if this is just a thing at parties, is just drinking and like losing your coherence. But again, I was sober, so I was kind of over it. Number two, a lot of people were smoking either weed or vapes or something. I don't have anything against smoking or drinking, but I just don't indulge in it. It's just not something I like to do. And so I'll admit I was there to hopefully meet some girls. The weird part was a lot of them were there in couples. And so I was like, whatever, I'm pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. I'm not here only to meet women, but it's a step in the right direction, more or less. And so there was an after party after the karaoke night. It was in the parking lot, and everyone was trying to figure out where to go. But the plan was to just go somewhere and drink and smoke more. And it was probably about 10 or 11 at night, and I was like, man, I'm tired. and I was also driving, so don't drink and drive. And I was like, well, if there's gonna be drinking and smoking, I'm gonna go home. And so I did. I went home and I went to bed. I was tired. And so the weird thing was I felt out of place there. There's certain times I feel in my element, and that wasn't one of them. I didn't feel comfortable. I feel comfortable talking to almost anyone one-on-one, but it was trying to fit into these already established groups at the party that I had trouble with. I felt like I was trying to show them that I could be part of it, that I could fit in, that I was, cool enough to slip into them and all their friends and their inside jokes. And like I said, a lot of them were older than me, so that starts another thing where I feel like I'm the young one there, and that's kind of the mental battle, is I see myself as the young one. So the point of this video is that it's okay to not be part of party culture. I know it seems like majority of people are. In fact, I think majority of people are. But if you don't enjoy it, you're better to do something by yourself and have fun than try to go out and be social and not have any fun. Now, I'm just speaking from my experience. I'm very inexperienced when it comes to this, so please take it with a grain of salt. But I hope you get where I'm coming from and maybe even relate to it a little bit. Now, there's one song called... oh man, I don't know what it's called. It's by McGafferty, if you know who that is. And it goes, I don't get parties or getting high. I just get low most of the time. I think that's so funny because it's so true. I don't get getting high. I don't get it. And same with parties. But for sure I'm depressed. So just if you want to check that song out, it's kind of interesting. But anyway, I thought that partying would help with depression because it would give me less time to think, less time to sit in my thoughts and be alone. But it did the opposite. It made me sit there and be like, fuck, I don't want to be with these people. And that was weird. I wasn't expecting that. And so for now, I'm going to be taking a break from these little parties. If they have like a rock night or a metal night or something, I'll go check that out. But otherwise, I'm fine for now, just being by myself. I'm going to focus on some other things like drawing and obviously these videos and go from there. Because I can't force myself to fit in, and I'm making myself more miserable by trying to. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. I hope you found some solace in this, because that's the point of these videos, is to give you guys some digital comforts or maybe some relatability. I just want to thank you guys for all the support on the last video. That was insane. Whole lot of new subscribers, so welcome if you're new here, and a whole lot of views. So you guys are great. You guys are awesome. And I appreciate everything you do, both for me and for the channel. So I'm going to leave you here on that note. Take care of yourselves. Let me know about anything in the comments. I'll be sure to respond. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.